What's up? So this is going to be a quick video. This is kind of not so much calling people up, but just talking to people who are just like me, who have made mistakes in life, who have made poor choices. We all make mistakes. We all know this, but please, if you make a poor decision, just own it. Own your fuck ups. Own your mistakes. Admit that you messed up in the past or in the present. Admit your mistakes. Own it. Just own it. And when you do mess up, all you have to do is admit the mistake and then fix it. That's it. It's really that simple. So many people they're ashamed of stuff they did before in the past, and they just don't want to bring it up, and they don't want to fix it. It's okay. Like, we all know that we all screw up. We all do. We all have shit in our closets, the skeletons in our closet that we wish we could forget or take back, mistakes we made. That's okay. We all do. So why are you hiding the fact that you made mistakes in your life? Just admit it. You screwed up before. If you wronged someone, apologize and then make it up to them. If it's something you just did that's really embarrassing, just own it. Admit you did it and laugh it off. I respect the hell out of people who can admit they made a mistake and laugh at themselves about it. They'd yeah, I did that. But they're but that was the old me. That's not me anymore. People change. I don't care what people say. Oh, people don't change. People change. I mean, people can change is what I'm saying. Every person has the ability to change and become better and become a better person. But it's our choice if we do that or not and when we do that. So do yourself a favor and look at your actions, look at the things you're doing and decide, is this really the best thing or not? And if you realize one day you wake up and say, wow, this path I'm on, these things I'm doing isn't right, that's okay. Admit it and make amends with yourself or with others. It doesn't matter. Whatever the situation calls for, if you've wronged people or done things to other people, admit you fucked up to them and apologize and then say, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do my best to be a better person and make up for the mistakes I made towards you. Or if it's a wrong you kind of did to yourself, make amends with yourself. You can always become a better person. You don't let who you were a few years ago or a few months ago dictate who you are today or who you're going to be. You decide the path you're going to be on. You decide who you want to become. So make sure you pick an awesome freaking person to be. And don't let who you were or the mistakes you made a while back get in the way of that. Because maybe that isn't you anymore. And the reason I say this is because I did a lot of things that I regret, a lot of mistakes I made. But you know what? I am not getting mad at myself about it. I am not guilt-tripping myself about it. I forgive myself for the mistakes I made. I have screwed up in the past with, different types of things, but I forgive myself. I'm okay with it. I have made amends with it. I have moved past it. Just keep moving forward with your life. Stop looking back at the things you did in the past and keep moving forward. You can always make up for the things you did before, no matter how bad it was. There's this saying, every saint started out as a sinner or something. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future, I think is how it goes. Everybody, it doesn't matter how low you are in life right now, you can pick it up. Sometimes you need to hit rock bottom in life. I'm a believer everyone needs to hit rock bottom in life in order to figure out what really matters. You need to hit rock bottom. It's the only way you're going to get on the right path in life, because that's what puts things into perspective when you hit rock bottom. You finally figure out what really matters, who really matters, and you figure out who you want to be, and then you can throw all that past shit away, all the person you used to be, you throw it away, close the door, learn from it. That's the key. You got to learn and grow from your mistakes. And then you move forward, not looking back, but moving forward, becoming the person you want to be, a better person than you were before. But own your shit. If someone's if you have made steps in your life to be a better person, and someone's like, yeah, but 5 years ago, you were a real dick. It's you're right. I was a dick. I was an asshole, whatever it was. Maybe you were a slut. It doesn't matter. I was, but I'm not that person anymore. I have changed. I have evolved. I'm a better person now. Yes, I used to be that person. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of who I used to be because I learned from it. I grew from it. I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't fucked up back then. Those mistakes made me a better person. They made me who I am today. So be proud of the mistakes you made in the past. I mean, it's kind of a case by case basis, but if those mistakes, if those bad choices have helped you in the future, or helping you in your present, or have helped you develop, moving forward in your life, and you've really learned from it, and you've figured things out and how to be better from it, then it was worth it. It was worth it. But own your shit. Don't hide from it. If you've effed up, just fix it. Fix yourself, and no one can do it for you. Fix yourself, and make the steps to be a better person. Analyze who you are, who you want to be, grow as a person, develop. Maybe you have to hit rock bottom, hopefully only once to figure it out. Go through it. We're constantly growing, we're constantly developing, and we're constantly learning from our mistakes. So do it, embrace it, but don't hide from it. Own your shit. Own your shit. I certainly do. I'm not ashamed of the things I did that are really embarrassing or just were really terrible a few years ago. But I own it. I'm not that person anymore. That's the thing. I'm not that person anymore. So I'm not going to apologize for it because I'm really not who I was back then when I made those mistakes. I'm a better person because of that. Because I learned. Because I knew it was a bad choice. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of how far I've come. And for anyone to make me feel guilty or bad about it, screw you. You have a dark past too. Maybe you just haven't grown out of it yet. You haven't forgiven yourself. And if you've wronged other people, definitely you have to understand that and apologize to them and fix it. If you messed up a relationship, maybe a friend that you wronged or something, go to them and try to make amends with them. See if you can rekindle the friendship. Rekindle, that kind of sounds like a love, but love relationships too, that would be more rekindling. But if you want to reconnect with someone who you wronged because you've become a better person and they're willing to let you back in their life because they see that you've changed and they see you're not that person who effed me over last time. I'm happy to be your friend or whatever again. That's great. Go for it. But you got to try. You got to admit you effed up to them. You gotta be truly sorry, and you gotta make it better. You gotta show them you're a better person than you were before. I have been making strides in my life to make amends with people lately, and it's paid off because people have said, I see you're a different person now. You're not that person that you were. And it's been great. And you move forward with a better relationship, better friendship. It's stronger. And you just got to hope that it's not too late that they'll forgive you. So that's kind of what my whole thing is. I just don't judge other people for their F-ups. Don't judge them. As long as they're actively trying to change their life and become a better person, you have nothing to say to them. You have skeletons in your closet too, yeah. And I'm going to use a perfect example here. Is, some of these younger celebrities, like Miley Cyrus is who I'm going to use. Everyone's like, oh, Miley's crazy. She was doing so well. She was such this wholesome, wonderful young woman. And now look at her. She's giving blowjobs to, mannequins on stage. And she's grinding on older men. First of all, she's young. This is the age where people F up. I feel like 20 to I don't know, hopefully somewhere in your mid-20s is where you make the most mistakes in life during that time. She's in that age group. Forgive her. People mess up. And sometimes it has to do with age. Sometimes it is a youth thing. When you're young, mentally young, it's not so much a physical age, but when you're mentally young, you're going to make a lot more mistakes. And as you grow and mature, those mistakes dwindle. You don't make as many, hopefully. But when you're young, or you're afraid, or you're insecure, or you're lost, that's when you're going to make mistakes when you're in that mindset. So if someone is young, or they are lost in the world, they haven't figured out what they want yet, or they have a lot of fears about the future, they're going to make mistakes. If you're in that stage, you are making a lot of mistakes, I guarantee. But you know what? You're gonna eventually figure it out. And that's the thing, Miley Cyrus, let her be young. She's being young. She's not hurting anyone. I mean, you're kind of like, oh, Miley, why? But, she's doing her thing. She's young. She hasn't figured things out yet. She's still figuring out. And one day she will, and I'm sure she will look back at her actions and be like, oh, God, I can't believe I did this. And she'll be embarrassed, but, she'll get through it. She'll overcome that, and she will become a better person. She will become a full woman one day. Hopefully, you hope, not everyone does. There's some celebrity train wrecks that we all know about. But, yeah, like, a young person, and even, like I said, it's maturity. Like, if they're not really fully mature, fully evolved, they're going to make mistakes, and you got to sometimes forgive them for that, because, eventually they will grow out of it, and they will learn that, shouldn't have done that. They will. They will. Hope, if they put the effort into growing as a person. Like, I like to use the example of Robert Downey Jr. He went through a phase when he was younger. He was doing drugs. He was really messed up, made a lot of poor choices. But you know what? He turned his life around because he grew up. He hit rock bottom. He hit some rough times. But he turned it around. He turned his life around, got on the right path, made positive changes in his life, and now look at him. And he's not ashamed of where he came from. He doesn't hide the fact that he used to, be the bad boy of Hollywood and make bad choices. He doesn't hide that because he says that, to him, that's where he started, but look where he's gone. He started there, but now look where he is. And, he owns that shit. He owns that dark past because it helped him become who he is today. And he's amazing today. People admire Robert Downey Jr. now. I respect the hell out of him because he doesn't hide his past. He owns it, and he fully acknowledges that it was wrong, but he fully acknowledges how it helped him change. Like, he changed his life. He turned it around. He hit rock bottom and went back up, and now look at him. He's doing great. He's like one of the most put together celebrities you see. He's truly happy. He's got a great life. That's what it's all about. Own your shit. Learn from it, grow from it, learn from your mistakes, and don't judge anyone for the mistakes they're making now, because one day, trust me, they're going to look back at it and they're going to be like, oh God. Forgive people for the mistakes they made when they were going through a rough phase in their life or an immature phase in their life, as long as they have changed. If someone comes to you and you believe that they've become a better person, forgive them for the mistakes they made. Forgive them if they truly have become better and learned from it and grown from it, because, you can't hold, someone who's 35 responsible for maybe when they were 22 and they were drinking and doing coke at the club and it was a chick and she was giving blowjobs in the bathroom to guys because she had no self-respect. But now she's a strong woman who's, maybe she's got a great career. Maybe she's got a great man in her life. She's happy. She's confident. Don't hold the 22-year-old girl on the bathroom floor that she used to be, because she's not that person anymore, and she's proven that. So don't let her past haunt her if she has moved past it. Don't let your haunt past you, and don't let other people hold it against you. And don't hold other people's pasts against them. People change, people grow, people improve. It is possible. It happens a lot. Most people will improve and get better and change. You just got to let them do it on their own. You got to let them figure it out on their own. Let them go through that journey by themselves. And if they do improve and could become better, do not hold that past against them. And don't hold it against yourself if you are that person. Don't. Move past it. Don't look back. And just remember, that's not me anymore. I have evolved from that. So own your shit. Don't try to hide it. People call you out on it. You're like, yeah, I was maybe, if you were a coke whore. Yeah, I was a coke whore back then, but I'm not anymore. I respect the hell out of that. So that's my message. Don't judge people for their past. Don't hold yourself, feel guilty about your past as long as you have grown from it and become better from it and you are not that person anymore. No reason to let it hold you back. Keep moving forward. Don't look back. Focus on who you are today and who you're becoming. That is the most important thing. Who you are today and who you're becoming. So that's my little spiel there. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.